Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for October 3rd through the 9th, 2022. So before I begin, I'd just like to welcome everyone back who is returning to this um, weekly series, and to also welcome anyone who might be new to our Angelic Wisdom community. This week, as I reflect on that first date, October 3rd, would have been my mother's 78th birthday if she had still been alive. So if I got the dates right, she was born in 1945, so happy birthday, Mommy. And this has been a very important time and significant time. I also want to just thank everyone for your prayers and the healing that you've sent and donated of your time. And I feel much better. And my shoulder and neck pain have definitely gone away. It's just this one area of my upper right and the mid back. It's getting better, but it's still just giving me some problems. So that's why I took off last week. There was just too much pain going on, and so I'm not quite sure if it was from the gym that I started this year, but anyway, I ask for your continued prayers and support. And as I try to recoup and get back, hopefully, into my writing in the next few weeks. So let's also, I want to just make you aware of that I've posted the monthly general angel reading. I think I may have done that the week prior, but I'm not sure. But so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. Also, all of the 12 zodiac readings, which I know I just published and recently, last few days, those have just gone out. So if you haven't seen them, you can go to my Twitter or Facebook or here on YouTube on the community post, and you should be able to find it, or just go to my YouTube channel and then look at my videos and you'll see them. Should be at the top of the list. Very gutsy. Well, I wouldn't say gutsy, but the messages were very clear. They were like the angels were not messing around in this month. There's just an incredible shift coming. So and our honesty with ourselves and each other, this is how they're defining compassion, that we have to be honest with each other, even if that means that the truth will sting a bit or sting a lot. But it's how you say it, but that the truth must be said, right? Because we have to get to this point where we are really open with each other, because as we can see, the counter, I don't want to say counterattack, but there's a need to counteract that the dishonesty and that's been going on in media, the dishonesty of how we present ourselves. Social media has allowed us to just put up a facade. And it's easy to do that when you don't have to show up in front of people. And as much as I am grateful to this platform for our ability to be able to communicate with each other in this way, but it has definitely has a lot of other negative impacts, in that we found a vehicle to sort of project these facades of ourselves that we we want the world to see us in a certain way. But the way that we want the world to see us and the way that we see ourselves are two different things, and or the way that we're dealing with ourselves are two different things. So we really need to get back to being honest, because real with each other, as this is part of that ascension path, in a time in that age of peace, when we, not to say that conflict, you'll hear me say this so many times, peace does not mean that contrast will no longer exist, but it is that we will have more compassion and understanding for why things are unfolding in our lives. We'll see it as tools that is moving us forward. We'll understand the reason and how those reasons are shaping our heart's desires. They're answers to our prayers, and so we won't resist it. And that is the peace that can only first start within. Right now, there's so much that we are resisting because we're not really being open to what all of it's for. So we're in a time of great expansion always. It has never been a moment on this planet that that expansion is not unfolding, which means change is unfolding. We have gotten there through a high level of resistance, and the resistance comes from within. It's not about what's coming towards us. It's about how we're responding to what is unfolding or what we're witnessing. And it's that reaction in our witness that changes the dynamic of the world, from chaos to threats to versus harmony and peace and beauty. The universe has always been on your side. The universe has always been on your side. The universe is always creating everything that is supporting you and helping you. Even when you interfere with your fears and you make it wonky in some way so that you don't always appreciate it, or you detest it, or it enrages you, whatever. But the thing is that everything is always happening for a reason. And it's when you tap into that fifth dimensional mind, that awareness, you will understand it, and you won't fight, but you'll work with it. You'll take it and you'll use it for your own purpose. And you'll use it for a purpose that will serve the highest good. This is possible, and it has always been possible. But because we see the world through a three-dimensional mindset, we see duality and opposites as an adversary. And because of this, forgetting that your reality starts within, your concept of peace begins with your response and understanding to what is unfolding before you. The angels wrote early, when I was getting started, ego logical. And I was like, is that a word? But I get it now, what they're trying to say. What I'm describing to you and trying to tell you about your reality, and the only reason it exists in the way that you think it does, is because it's coming from a place of ego logical. It's ego logical. That's why you see it that way. That's why many people are stuck in what they understand right now, because it's ego logical. It's not spiritually logical. Because everything has a purpose, and there's a reason for everything through your higher self or your fifth dimensional mindset. It doesn't it doesn't resist, it instead uses it to create. It sees that something that's not to your liking is helping you to discover what would be to your liking. Again, I'm going to use these simple little examples. If you don't like war, if you don't like disease, then the choice is to focus on peace and health. Now, how that peace will be specifically to based on what it was that you did not like, then that will direct you to seek out that specific kind of peace or that specific kind of cure for a health issue or a systemic issue. But you don't have to fight the other thing because that wastes your time and your energy. What you want to do is use that thing to help keep motivating you to really finding the answer, the solution. Because if you know what the problem is, but the problem is helping you to identify your solution. And in the fifth dimensional mind, once you identify a problem, you immediately are looking for the solution. You don't waste time fighting with the problem because you know the problem is not going to give you, the problem is you're not going to be able to fight the problem and implement the solution at the same time. One has to be let go of. Okay, so let's see where we are energetically and how all of this fits in. And let's take a deep breath, in a sense. And I just want to also remind you to subscribe, like, dislike, and comment. And if you, at the end of this, you would like to have an angel reading with me, you can go to my current webpage, theangelschool.com/services, and select the first time promotional offer. On angel reading is my discounted hourly reading. It's unlimited, and that's available for this year as it's my 10th anniversary year on YouTube. And also there's my PayPal me if you just want to support the channel, and many thanks to you who have already done so. So let's take a deep breath and let's see energetically how all this all fits in to this week. Now, this is interesting. What I'm seeing is almost like, I don't know how to describe it, but it reminds me of this, I don't want to talk about it because I don't know how to explain it, everything. Amaya, the puppet, I don't know if that's the right term to call it, the refugee that's been going around the world touring. And I just say this because it looked similar, but what it was a being like this planted in the earth, as if she were a tree spirit, but her hair was the branches, and you know, she had a head and neck, but like right to about the breast, just sort of not facing me, but in the ground. It's very beautiful, and there's this sense of looking out. It felt like there was a sunrise, like an early sunrise, and that this tree figure woman was looking out. It's almost like Gaia in a way. And but I don't know why the connection, it made me think of this Amaya, I think it is, this symbolism of reminding us of the plight of others and the refugees throughout the world. And this tree being sort of, this always represents to me our connection to source. So somehow this energy is being personified and very human way, almost giving us a sense, and she was looking out with great hope, as the sun is rising, a new day, a new dawn. It's almost like a statue has been created as a beacon pointing to the future, and the things that are on the horizon. There's a sense of consciousness, higher consciousness, making us aware of the things that are on the horizon, giving us a sign that things, even though things, because this is coming out of the early dusk of dawn, where the night, you can see it on the surface of the earth, but the breaking of the sun high in the sky is breaking you're seeing the light first break the nighttime atmosphere. And so the branches, her head is in reaching into that light, while the body, her neck down, is still in the dusk of the night. And there is this sense of really pointing towards the future and the things that are on the horizon, and that are coming to fruition or have the potential to come to fruition. And it's this sense that right now we need to be really grounded, and they're writing grounded in love. And there's a sense of being able to transmute our fears, transmute the circumstances and the issues around us. The power we have, the power of love, has never been more potent than in this time, where most of us have the greatest fear that we're losing the battle. And this image is telling us that we're not losing. We can never lose, because you and I have a connection. We all do. That connection can never be taken away from us. And if we dig deep, and it's also giving me a sense of we need to dig deep. Many of us we're thinking about, we're wanting to escape. Many people might be, looking heaven bound, right? So in a sense, focusing there and asking for heaven to intercede. But you are the intercessor, because you are the incarnate divine. You are the incarnate love. You are the incarnate gift, resources. And this time where you feel as though you're up into your neck in the toxicity of the chaos, the darkness, this is the time that you are being made in the darkness, in the womb of the divine feminine. This is the time when you are actually giving birth. You are going through, your gifts are going through that womb, through that opening, to bring forth the light of your soul and the gifts of all that you are. You are the answer. You are the solution to all that is needed. God, the love of God, the divinity of God is you, within you. I just saw Jesus, meaning the word Jesus, and I feel like what he's saying is that you're waiting for a savior, in whatever religious background, there's always this hero, this savior that's to come. But it was you. The others who came before us came to demonstrate. And even Jesus said, you know, they came, the things that I've shown you, you can do and infinitely more. So, but the feeling I was getting, they came to demonstrate what was our potential. Each and every one of you has the potential. You are the saviors of the world. And all we have to do is allow that love to anchor deeply into the earth, into the shadows of what appears to be hopelessness. And then when you shine it, by no longer focusing on the problem, but rather on the solutions, your soul will light up. But as long as you keep thinking and complaining about all the problems, you keep dimming that light, which causes you to forget who you are and what you are here and the ways that you can be the difference, the light in the world. So, you know, I think of the darkness as a divine feminine, a divine womb. The infinite potential of creativity, of innovation, etc. And the light is a representation of the time to put all the seeds into action, to put all those ideas into action. And this vision sort of represents this to me. And maybe this Amalia figure is a representation of compassion, they write in front of me. This is one of our gifts, and we have it in abundance to give if we stop worrying about, if we stop focusing and stop resisting, I guess is the better word. Stop resisting who we are. Stop letting people, society, this machine called society, stop letting that machine tell you how to think, how to feel, and what to believe in. Stop repeating those. There's a saucy word that I can feel. You know, this rhetoric, this stuff that people keep repeating, you know, about they're burning up my taxes and all of this kind of stuff. We are each other's savior. I don't know if I hate to say this, but there's no Messiah coming back to save us because you were sent. You are the result. They just wrote resurrection. I don't know what they mean by that, but I'm going to say it and then I'm going to figure it out. You are the resurrection, the truth, and the light. It's in you. All the other Buddha, Jesus, all the other masters that came and demonstrated this extraordinary light in a time when people's consciousness was extraordinarily suppressed. They were sent to initiate the light, the consciousness, the awareness, the love, the compassion. They showed us the strength and the extraordinary abilities of healing and compassion. They showed us what's possible within us. but we keep resisting it. We keep saying that's not possible. And many of you who are watching, I know, like myself, you feel defeated because you want to do, you feel it, you know you want to do something, but that machine of our society tells us constantly what's normal, what's insane, and what's sane, and what's abnormal, etc., etc. And we keep buying into that stuff. And we keep shutting down that light. But it won't be shut up or shut down. And what it seems to do is that it... oh, I can't say that on camera. Oh, what's going on? But it screws us up. Now you figure out what I was going to say. Inside. It screws us up inside because it's not going to be held back. It's not going to be held. It's not going to be bound within us. It's going to get out. You're going to have to digest it, they say. Or it's going to be an explosive one. None of this is meant to frighten you. It's meant to free you because you're feeling it and you're thinking it already. And here we have Archangel Metatron, who is in charge of this entire ascension process. And he brings this clarity of time. He's writing the word expansion. This is an incredible time of expansion. And that is why you are feeling like you want to stretch out your, it's like you want to, you have this big yawn, this big stretch. You feel like you want to stretch. You feel the expansion. You feel like you want to stretch yourself out and fill into it. Which is why you might be feeling it as like, oh man, you're feeling cramped out. Because you know there's more space out there. It's almost like, why are you all cramping around me when there's all that space around there? Get away from me, kind of idea, right? You're feeling like I need some room. Because there's plenty of room out there for change. And whatever cause that you are guided to change, there is plenty of support for you to help you to make those changes, to implement them and to put them into practice. It says, increase your light levels, open your stellar gateway chakra. And so the way that your light is increased is by you no longer resisting. Stop looking at your problems as the end result and look at it as sort of a proclamation, I don't know if that's the right word or not, for change, for you to institute. You are the Savior. Start thinking of yourself as the Messiah in that regard. And how is it that you have been, what gifts and tools have you been given? And don't think of just the things in terms of skills that you use in your job, but think about your awareness to understand and recognize something that has within it gifts and tools and skills that you didn't know were a part of you until you start taking steps, acts of love on the most mundane, simple terms of life to create a shift. Just being a vessel of love for others who are in pain, who are struggling to see their own gifts and potential would be an enormous and incredible support and help. 2, helping everybody feel as though that they are rising above it, that they can welcome, because many people are afraid of that early sunrise. They're afraid of the advent of a sunrise, of change, of new horizons and new possibilities. And people need support in this. But we need you not to be afraid of the dark, because it's not a place to be afraid of. It's a place where all things imaginable have the opportunity to be visualized in solitude. You know, when you close your eyes and you meditate, you can shut out everything and focus on what really makes you happy. And so think of the darkness as that. It creates more blank space so that you can see your own truth. So you can see your own light in that darkness. It's not there for you to intimidate you. It's not a scary, haunted house. It's a laboratory of invention. Clarity. And then when the light shines upon you fully, you see the world as it is in its form, and you take all of that genius and you start making a difference. All right, and so your stellar gateway chakra, just in case you don't remember, but this is the chakra. This is the 12th chakra. The chakras above your crown chakras are sort of your higher spiritual chakras, the causal soul star chakra, and then your stellar gateway chakra. And your stellar gate chakra is golden orange. Golden orange. And this is the frequency of the 5th dimension. And the seat of your I am presence. So this is a very important chakra. You can work with Archangel Metatron. You can call upon him to activate and light up that chakra, but you can also call upon him to use his Metatron cube to, clear your energy of all of your chakras if you have the need of it. And he's reaching up in this picture, and I feel like, it's interesting because notice the darker colors of this gold orange. As he reaches up, it gets lighter, right? And so right now there's that sense that we have our actions, our clarity, our purity, our honesty will raise our vibration. Being true to yourself, listening within. Okay, listening within, the high priestess. Okay. So this is a time for us to take stock, to really listen to the voice that is within us and what is truly saying to us about what we need to understand and what we need to hear about the times that we're in. So again, don't react, but respond, listen, observe. Don't resist. First, understand. Don't resist. Be compassionate towards the lessons that are, as they're right in front of me, that you're experiencing at this time. These lessons, everything is happening for a reason. Whatever's happening in your life is happening for a reason. Even helping you to bring out certain things that you might have put aside or suppressed. They're writing that that this is what's happening is to help you express. But when we resist, our tendency is to control, and what we end up controlling, by using that control, we repress or oppress others. They're reminding you, this card is a reminder, confirmation that we are still on track, that that sunrise, that there are new possibilities on the horizon. We have an opportunity in this month. The challenges that you are going to go through are going to lead you to being successful in your own ascension process, and in helping you to increase your own light levels. So be aware in this week of, the things that might come up for you. But, and I also want to put it in another way too, since this is a card, we look at this card in its traditional form. You see this soldier who's been off to battle and come back. Well, it's a different kind of battle, right? And it's a different kind of way to fight that battle. We're not just using all that aggression, right? And then coming back and feeling good because we beat down our foes. No, the only way we can really have victory is because we've loved our foes, because we've loved each other, and we've loved the things that we hate, that we've been more tolerable, that we've opened our awareness and our hearts to be more understanding of each other. Because let me tell you something, as long as you keep hating the other side, no matter how awful it is what they do, but until you understand them, until you're able to show them love enough to show them that despite our differences, we all still matter, and that there's a way for us to move forward together. And in that way to move forward, that's where the healing will begin. That's where both of our resistances will transform into something better, something healthier. Okay? So very important to take the time to stop, to mirror. And I don't mean like mirror, like just mirror back, but to mirror meaning understand, put yourself in someone else's shoes, get inside of their mind and understanding, so that you can have a final victory, which is a true victory. Because a final true victory is that you move forward with healing. And that a true path for healing, an outcome for healing, is inevitable. That's the goal that we have to work for. That's what we have to desire above all else, in order for the things, the true victory, the final victory, to come about. And you and every one of us is the Messiah, the Savior in that way. Because we've been shown, now it's up to us to show ourselves worthy. And look at that. I feel like this is like a little story, and it just leads to unconditional love, right? It leads to a story where the 6 is about harmony. It's about restoration. And this card, to me, is about that choosing that higher love. I was looking at a card, and it had sort of like um, this scene here, but the person on the left was looking up to the heavens, like reaching to the hand of the divine being, because that's what this card is about. It's about choosing, not choosing one lover over another. It's about choosing the divine above all else, because you know that in choosing the divine love, that cosmic love, that you have more love to share and the strength to implement its purpose. And so right now, we have to choose not society and its politics. We have to choose divine love. We have to choose oneness. We have to choose our truth, the truth of all of us, in order to have this kind of reconciliation and healing and harmony that we all deserve. And none of us will get it until we let go of our personal politics and agenda and rise above it, that transcendent voice, that transcendent choice. But that transcendent voice is this voice of divine love. And that is the only healing that can give us all the peace, which I want to also put in the same context as harmony, that we deserve. Because harmony, there are many notes, but we use the notes together in such a way that they create harmony, this beauty. So our diversity is beautiful when we put it together, when we focus in a way that we can resonate with each other. All right, let's take a look at the card I've already pulled from the bottom of the deck, the King of Wands. I almost want to say that this calls us to be the spiritual teacher, the spiritual leader in some way, shape, or form in our daily lives. We are all being called to be those leaders like the ascended masters, but in our work. You don't have to be like Jesus or Buddha or any of Muhammad or any of them, where you separate yourself from what you're doing. But they all gave us examples of their teachings and wisdom about how to go into the society and be the light, to be the clarity, to be the healing, to be the compassion, to be the peacemaker. Right? All right. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of October, but also have a beautiful week. God bless you.